Hey boys and girls, we're here at Monroe and we got a special treat for you today. We're checking out the Mercedes EQS, which is $140,000, I believe, car, 350 miles of range, big old battery in there. I'll put it on the screen because I don't know. But this is the luxury car you would kind of expect from this brand and at the price you would expect, but it's an EV. We don't have to use gas. So let's check out the exterior. There's some interesting things on it and then we'll jump in. Not going for a drive today. But we're gonna check out the interior. It's pretty wicked. I actually like most of it. So we'll check it out. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, get subscribed, and also make sure you subscribe to Sandy Monroe. Thank you for letting us check out this vehicle. So the first thing is so funny. You actually can't open the hood here. It's non-user serviceable. I mean, you can if you want, but you're not supposed to. So how do you do your windshield washer fluid? Well, there's a special little door here that you may think is for charging. When you click that, wow, that is difficult. So you got to push really hard on this door. That took me forever. And then you can put your windshield washer fluid right in there. I actually kind of like that. Instead of having to open your whole hood, just have a little door here to have your windshield washer fluid go into. So door handles on the outside are nicely lit up here. They do go into the body of the car when you're driving, but just like a Model S, they come out and you can pull on them to open the door to get into the car. The trunk here has really no trunk button. There's nothing under here. You just hit the logo just like that on the top. And it opens up and wow, this is pretty massive. And it goes deep down in there. This is actually my first time seeing it. And you can open up down here and you have way more storage down there. That's normally in a gas car where the gas tank is about there. So it's always nice to see EVs use that space for something more practical. But you have a ton of room here. You have one side pocket over on this side. Wow, check that out. That is really deep and it's actually plastic in that side pocket in case you have something that could possibly spill. That goes way down in there. And you also have a net. So that is really nice to see. And just this carpet, the white looks really nice. You have the chrome here. Not everybody likes chrome, but it does look nice back here to have this instead of a plastic. So you do also have a cargo cover here. You can pull this out and it goes up here, which is kind of strange. Oh, you put that up there. And then if you want to close this right here, all of your things will be hidden from view if people come and look. So that's really nice. It can actually probably help keep the car a little bit cooler as well, but mostly for privacy if you don't want people to see what you have back there. All right, now this is the goofiest part of the car and really disappointing in my opinion. This is where the charge port is. Like, come on, it looks like a gas cap. And I guess it's actually the same gas cap from their gas cars. But you push that, it is electronic and it comes out like that. It has some directions on like, if you see these colors run or whatever it says, you have your normal charging ports here, your CCS for fast charging, both of these, and this is for at-home charging. And pretty standard stuff there, but yeah, kind of disappointed to see that with the gas door, your electric door, you don't, it's not electric back, you push it all the way and close it manually. All right, hopping into the back seats, it is really comfortable in here and it also smells really nice because there's a fragrance thingy that you can put, we'll look at later. But you do have some conveniences here for your guests. You can click that once. And this is, I guess, a pen holder is what you do. You can click it again and it'll come out and these little cup holders pop out. Let's do that one more time. So you put it all the way back, you click once, this is your pen holder, you click again, and then you have these little cup holders pop out and you can put a drink here. Big drink, small drink, it'll hold them. So that's actually pretty nice. I feel like there would be more here in a Mercedes. There is a glaring lack of screens back here. I feel like, especially when you see the front of the car, you would have a screen or two back here for your passengers for entertainment. But other than that, it's all pretty standard stuff. You do have your climate back here, which isn't on right now because you have to go to the front of the car and press the on button like some old weird gas car, but pretty standard stuff here. That's your climate controls for your rear passengers. The headrests also have basically pillows on them. I don't think they do anything. They're just like a pillow, but they are really comfy if you want to sleep back here. I feel like this should move back a little bit more. No, it does not. Yeah, it feels like it should lounge a little bit more, but it's very comfortable. There's a decent amount. I mean, there's a lot of leg room in this way. The bench is a little low. My legs are kind of high, and that, you know, you can find uncomfortable if your legs aren't resting on the seat so much. But it's a sedan, so not sure what you would expect. You do have pockets here, which are pretty nice, but it's pretty funny. This reminds me a little bit of the back of the Kia, the EV6, just because like the air vents that are here, it's like kind of the same as back there. Of course, all of this stitching and the seats are a lot nicer than that vehicle. But overall, it's for the price you're paying, it's actually a pretty standard back seat. All right, so hopping into the front seat here, like I said, you have to push the start button to actually turn the car on, which is very strange. It takes actually a second for it to boot up, which I also find really strange, but once everything's on, it is extremely nice in here. The first thing I noticed actually is when I sat down, holy moly, these seats are the most comfortable seats I may have ever sat in ever in my life. They just envelop you, and I don't know, they're very, very nice. Lights everywhere. I need to turn the audio down. There's so many buttons on the steering wheel. There you go. So there's lights everywhere. You can see they have lights here and on the belt buckles. I mean, there's lights on the belt buckles. There's lights on the sides of the seat up here. There's lights on the air vents. I'm making you go all over with the camera. But there's lights on the air vents. There's lights on the top. I mean, it's just everywhere you look, there's some cool lights. And it is nice atmosphere. It does look really good. So let's look at the center console first. You can see that this almost reminds me a little bit of what you got in the current S and X, where you can push that and it slides back. Looks a little fancier with that little ending animation there, but you can hide everything to make it look nice. You got a couple cup holders in here. They're pretty funny because you can spin them if, I don't know, you want more space or whatever, but if you want them to be a cup holder, you just push on them like that, and then they spin around and they'll be a cup holder for you. So that looks really funny and nice little flair there. Over here, this is actually a fingerprint sensor. So if you want to program your fingerprint here and have that when you get in the car, you can just do that and then you can start driving. That's actually pretty nice and probably works really well. Entering into this storage area, this looks really nice. If you press this button, it just very slowly opens up. I don't know if in like 5 years that'll look, you know, kind of clunky, but it looks nice for now. Storage is okay. It seems like a normal center storage bin. Usually EVs, the space is a little better, but it looks okay. So key fob, I'm not really used to key fobs anymore, but as they go, this one's really nice as you would expect from this brand. It's really heavy duty. It looks nice. You have trunk, unlock, lock. This is all the lock button here. And you do actually have a physical key in case you need it. It looks pretty funny. But yeah, if any of the electronic systems fail, you can use this key to get into the car. All right, so the star of the show in this car is really the hyper screen. So it's this huge screen up here, which is actually 3 separate screens. So of course you have the screen in front of you, which is not a touch screen, which gives you your driving information and normal things like that. You can change your driving modes and all of that. But the center screen is actually very nice. It is huge and it's loading up here. It takes time to do everything on here. So it's huge, and the looks of the screen, it looks really nice. Functionality is okay, but it's a little slow and a little laggy, especially compared to things like I just came from the Kia EV6. It's more responsive in that car than this car, which is like triple the price. The Rivian, Tesla screens are all way better than this in terms of responsiveness and refresh rate. It just looks, I don't know, it looks like the refresh rate's really low on this, like 20 frames per second or 30 frames per second or something. It does respond decently, but just everything seems kind of slow. You can turn on your climate over here, maybe. So this is the problem. Please switch on the vehicle. Like, what? It's on. What are you talking about? I'm in here doing stuff. There we go. Oh, so fancy. So we got the headlights coming on. I don't know what you're beeping about. Lots of beeps going on here. So now we can turn our climate on if we want. You can control it from here, and you can see on the dash as I change that climate, it's getting warmer and it has the red come across. Now if it changes to the heat, that should stay red, I think. Should stay red. It's staying blue. But if you look, can they see this whole thing? It goes all the way across the dash, comes all the way over here. So very cool. To have that little too loud. Turn off. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to work anything here. All right, turn it off. I'll turn off the whole car. There you go. All right, turn off the whole car to turn off the loud thing there. Okay. Turn the car back on. Oh, it's going to happen again. Why is it 5 now? Oh no. Oh, here we go. Fan speed. That's what we need off. Okay. So let's go into some of the settings of the car we can see here. So like even that, touching that just seemed a little delayed in getting across the different menus and things here. So driving, you can have your different active things on or off if you want. They have collision avoidance, all of these things. So this is kind of driver assistance menu. In the vehicle settings, you can have sound experience, which is like if you want the car to sound like a gas car. It has some other sounds you can do as well, but you know, EVs are quiet. I don't know why this keeps beeping at me. I wish it would stop. But, oh boy. If you want the car to make noise like a gas car, you can have it do that. I'm not sure why anyone would want that. And then, am I touching? Oh, maybe I'm touching this down here. Okay, so this, okay, so I'm noticing like I'm resting my arm down on this part, and it's like a capacitive. This is like for your passenger, I think, so they can also control the volume and stuff. But I was resting my arm down here, and it kept beeping at me. So You got to be careful of that when you're going through your menus. So you can have creep functionality, which is, you know, mimics an automatic car that would have the car continue to move forward when you come to a stop. You can see this little arrow turning on and off, which is nice. Going into comfort, easy entry and exit feature, so that will move kind of your steering wheel and your seat out of the way as you get in and out. Okay, so under the comfort menu, if you want, you can turn the sun blinds on and off. So those are at the top of the car. It's kind of buried in a menu. I think that there's probably an easier way to do that as well. There are controls here for it, but they're a little confusing. They're a capacitive control. So if I click, yeah, so clicking it opens and closes the sun blinds. And then you can also swipe and, oh, I canceled it. So let's let it finish. And then now, if you swipe, it will open your glass roof on the top there. So really nice that you have that option, and it then kind of half closes to cover the glass. I'm not sure why it does that, but you can swipe again, and then it will close it for you really nicely like that. Okay, so that's, you have lights here. That is extremely bright. You turn that on for the back passengers. They can do everything back there, do some homework. So now I need you to come up front because there's this screen here and you have to be in a seat for it to function. So now that you're sitting there, you can kind of play around and you can see how not intuitive. See, it's loading and all this stuff. But yeah, so basically your passenger can navigate over there for you. They can see things like your speed, your acceleration, all of those different things. And they can do that all from this third screen in the car and kind of help you out, which is really nice because I don't know, when I'm driving with a passenger, I do often have them put in my map data and stuff. So it's cool. It's a nice option to have that over there. What do you think? Is it laggy or good or what?
It is. It's kind of laggy.
Yeah. Even just like, it's not really responding to your finger even. Is that changing both when you do that? No, okay. So this is separate. So I see the directions here, and I'm sure they would come up in front of me too. There is also a HUD up here, which I can't show you because we're not driving, but there's a really nice HUD that shows you your next turn coming up and turn signals and all kinds of things like that. Okay, so overall, EQS seems like a really nice car. Interior is incredibly comfortable, and I actually really like it. It looks nice, but at the price that you're gonna pay for this car, 350 miles of range, it is incredibly expensive. Now you're paying for a Mercedes, you're paying for that emblem and that name, and some of the other luxury features that you'll get in here that you won't get in a Tesla. But if you're looking for just the highest range electric vehicle, the most practical, this one won't really be the best bang for the buck, especially compared to something like the Model S or the Model X. You can spend a little bit less on those vehicles, the long range variants anyway, and you can get the important aspects of what you're getting here, just not some of the extra luxury fluff that some people may want, like all the lights in the interior and things like that, but you're still getting a really nice vehicle. So Mercedes EQS, pretty nice vehicle overall. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and you will see me in the next video.